Hey, love. So I don't know if you had like a question or you were referring to something, but I will say this. God convicted me of smoking marijuana. This is my personal conviction. I can explain to you why it's my personal conviction and why I personally believe we shouldn't do it, but I ain't condemning anybody that smoke weed. So with me, when I used to smoke, not only was I using it to cope and run away from whatever I was dealing with, I was also using it for spiritual purposes. Like I would put basically herbs and stuff like that in my blend. I would put mugwort, blue lotus flower, lavender, thyme, whatever I felt like was going to help me out and achieve some type of spiritual purpose. That's what I was using it for. I would put spells on my blend and set intentions with them for the purpose not only to heighten psychic abilities that I had, because I was operating in the spirit of divination, but I was also doing it to access different spiritual realms that we are not supposed to go to because it's dangerous. I quickly went from just smoking every now and then and smoking for fun just occasionally to beginning to need to smoke every day. Going out with people that I had no business being with, I had to smoke before I went. If I was overloaded with readings during that time and I wanted to get them done at a faster rate, I would smoke. If I knew I was going to be around someone that I was nervous around, I would smoke. If I was depressed and I couldn't get my thoughts together, I would smoke. I would smoke when I was happy. I would smoke when I was sad. I would smoke when I was tired. And I also had like subconsciously created this mindset that I had to smoke in order to fully access my creative potential when God had already given me creativity. And because the enemy is the king of this world and he is prowling around like a roaring lion, ready to devour, that is why we are to be sober minded. Anything altering your state of mind and your consciousness is something that God warns us not to do to protect us. God clearly created marijuana. I've definitely seen the properties being used in a very helpful way. But I think that smoking it and activating the THC is not how he intended for us to use it. When I used to smoke, I didn't hit the blunt 3 times, just a quick few puffs full of healing properties. Nobody smokes to just inhale smoke into their lungs. You smoke to get high. I don't really drink, but in the past when I did, I could have a glass of wine and be fine. And the wine that was in biblical times does not have the same amount of alcohol that it does now. It was far less. But I hope that provided you with some insight. I was supposed to share this anyway because this is my story time basically on why I don't smoke weed anymore. Do I think that all people who smoke weed are going to hell? No. Should they repent? I suggest it. But God bless you. And I pray you have an amazing day, love.